All right, let's talk about a really fantastic book that's been getting a lot of buzz for its fresh take on ancient wisdom. It's called Messages from the Prophet by Adham Sharqawi.
You know how it is. You're dealing with friendship drama, maybe some conflict at home, or you're just feeling kind of lost about the future, wondering, what am I even doing? Yeah, we've all been there. It can be a lot. But here's a wild thought. What if the most practical, down-to-earth advice for all these modern problems isn't from some new self-help book, but from a source that's over 1,400 years old? I know it sounds a little out there, but stick with me on this.
And that's exactly where this book comes in. Think of it as a bridge, connecting that timeless wisdom directly to the challenges you and I face every single day. So, what's really cool about this book is how it's set up. It's all built around one simple number, 300. That's it, 300 messages. What it is a collection of teachings from the life and the words of the Prophet Muhammad. But listen, this is not some dense, dusty history textbook. Not at all. It's specifically curated to tackle the big stuff we all think about. Relationships, family, and figuring out our purpose in life. Of course, the person who built this bridge is just as important as the bridge itself. So let's meet the author, Adham Sharqawi. He's not some out-of-touch scholar. He really feels like a guide for our generation. So who is this guy? Well, for starters, he's a best-selling Palestinian-Lebanese author. And get this, he holds degrees in physical education and Arabic literature. How cool is that? He's published over 30 works that are read all over the world, but his real gift, his superpower, is his storytelling. It's poetic, but super accessible. His whole mission is to make these big ideas feel engaging and relevant, especially for younger people. So, back to those 300 messages. The way the book is formatted is honestly a game changer. Don't think of it like a novel you have to read from start to finish. It's more like a toolkit, something you can dip into whenever you need a little bit of wisdom. Here's how it works. There are 300 standalone messages. Each one is its own little lesson. That means you can literally just flip open the book to any page, read a short passage, and get some real, practical guidance for whatever you're facing that day. It's absolutely perfect for a busy schedule. Okay, so that's all the theory. But what does this wisdom actually look like in real life? Let's check out a solid example from the book, this one on love and respect. The book shares this really powerful story. The prophet was getting ready to travel with his wife, Safiyyah, and when it was time for her to get on her camel, he knelt down, placed his own knee on the ground, and basically used it as a step for her so she could get on easily. I mean, think about that. The takeaway is huge. We live in this world of grand gestures, but this simple, quiet story from 1,400 years ago shows that true respect, true love, is found in the small, deliberate actions, the little things we do every day to make life easier and more dignified for the people we care about. It's about service, not putting on a show. All right, let's look at another one. This time, we're shifting from relationships to something more personal, character, and how we find our true worth in a world that can be pretty superficial. So the book tells the story about one of the prophet's companions, a man who had very thin legs. One day, some people actually laughed at him because of it, and the prophet immediately stepped in. He said that in the scales of God, those 2 legs were heavier than a giant mountain. The lesson here is so incredibly relevant for today, isn't it? Our true worth has nothing to do with our appearance, or our bank account, or how many followers we have. It's measured by our hearts, our mind, our integrity. It's just a powerful reminder not to judge ourselves or other people by standards that don't really matter in the end. Okay, so after hearing all this, you might be thinking, why does this specific book matter to me? And honestly, it comes down to this. It's designed to be a personal guide to help you live a better life, right now. Let's just break it down real quick. It connects that ancient wisdom directly to your daily life. The short, standalone lessons are perfect if you're busy. It's written for our generation. It's not preachy or old-fashioned at all. Plus, you don't need any prior Islamic knowledge to get a ton out of it. And finally, the writing is just beautiful and poetic, which makes these big ideas really stick with you. Which really leaves us with one final thought. We live in an incredibly noisy world, right? We're just bombarded with information, distractions, and conflicting advice all day long. So the question is, in all that noise, where do you find your signal? Where do you turn for clarity and for truth that actually lasts?